You're going to have to trust me when I tell you that these are different, because on the surface there's so much similarity between them you'd be forgiven for thinking otherwise. Physically, they are exactly the same. That is, if you discount the receiver on the wireless Go 2 lineup. And it becomes even more striking as you dig into the usefulness of both and the similarities between the workloads that both can handle. So then why does this, the Wireless Me, exist? Is it literally just a cheaper version of this, the Rode Wireless Go 2? Well, no. But would you believe that the Wireless Me probably has a much wider audience though? We'll get into that, but first, let's check out the build quality. These things are built to the exact same physical specs as the Wireless Go 2, as I mentioned before, with the exception of that Go 2 receiver. Good feel, not too heavy, but doesn't feel cheap either. The clip on the back is awesome for just clipping it on your clothes, belt, or also works by sliding it into the hot shoe of your camera. Also, another handy feature that separates it from the Go 2 is the mic on the receiver, which allows you to use this on camera and it will pick up your voice from behind. It's a really nice touch for when you aren't the main focus of your video, but your voice still matters. Of course, with the lack of a screen on the receiver though, you're going to have to depend on those little lights to tell you what's going on. And that's something you're just going to have to get used to. Not an overly difficult concept to wrap your head around though, as the lights are primarily to indicate battery life. Which leads us to the biggest difference between this and the Wireless Go 2. The Wireless Me doesn't record internally. It relies on having some kind of device to record to. These are literally little microphones and interfaces for your mobile device, or perhaps one of the different Rode interfaces like the Rodecaster Pro 2 or the Streamer X. Now, because of that, this button down here is basically only used for pairing and powering up or down the unit. And that's a great segue into the specs. Again, these specs ripped right from the Wireless Go 2. This thing is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. It has 2 channels for recording, though you can get 3 signals going into it. It has auto gain leveling, an EIN of 22 dBA weighted, 100 dB of dynamic range, 2 hours to charge, and 7 hours of battery time. Now, the mics on this, by the way, are Omni condensers. So then, how much of a big deal is the onboard recording not being on these things? I mean, does it really make the difference between professional and, well, not professional? Consider this. Oh, I've got to reshoot that dance TikTok again. And this. Oh, hey, you know that wedding you had me shoot and you paid me thousands of dollars to do? Yeah, we're going to have to redo the vows. Hello? Hello? And I don't think I can undersell the lack of onboard recording. These Wireless Me are cool little interfaces for your mobile device. Obviously, they can be used to interface with other interfaces as well, but the core audience for these things are the run and gun shooters. And considering they're half the price of the Pro Wireless Go 2, it does kind of make sense. So the main software for this is called Rode Capture, and it's only available on iOS right now, but I hope it's coming out for Android, because I use Android. Which means we're going to have to go find a person that uses iPhones. And I have just the person, whatever, in my friend Marianne. She's a professional voiceover artist as well as the host of the popular outdoors podcast called Let's Take This Outside. Now, the setup of the Rode Capture software was super simple, and within seconds we were up and running. As soon as you plug the unit into the phone, it's recognized. Just turn on the transmitter and you have a 2-mic setup. Just like that. Now, the recording options can be set up in Rode Central as well, and you can easily do that from the mobile version that Rode released. Just set your levels or rely on the gain assist, and this was my extremely short and simple visit with Marianne. This is the phone audio that you're getting off the phone when interviewing. Now, my arm's getting kind of tired, so we're going to have to wrap this up a little bit here. Marianne, would you like to give us some wisdom so we can hear your voice?
Some wisdom. I think that you should always pee before going on a hike because the woods are scary.
Marianne doesn't believe me at how good these are going to be. So, no. Marianne, feel free to let me know.
To be fair, I am a professional voiceover person, so I have high standards, but I do love my Rode mics. To be
fair, I'm a very professional voiceover person. What are your thoughts on the form factor in your hands right now?
It's cute.
It's cute?
It's very cute. Okay. It's very small. It looks like a troll doll.
Small.
Very small.
Small.
Very small. I'm looking forward to seeing how it sounds.
Now, the first pro is price. A lot of features here and quality for not really a massive buy-in. If you're a content creator and you're using your phone or perhaps on your camera mic, this thing is going to take your audio to the next level. It's a big jump. The only other thing to include here is the dumb shit simple use of it. You just plug it in, turn it on and go. No need to be a massive audio snob to figure it all out. As for the cons, well, I don't really have any, that is, as long as you aren't buying this as a professional. Once again, stressing that there is no onboard recording with these things, which means absolutely zero backup if something goes wrong. So then, should you buy this? Well, if you're looking at getting your content on the next level for audio, then yes, absolutely. For the $150 price tag, there's absolutely no drawback to owning these things. And with all the apps and the ecosystem that Rode has created, they take your phone to the next level for content creation, which is super cool. Especially if you wanted this whole solution without having to buy into the much more expensive version. And it's for that reason that I think these things have a chance to be prolific sellers. It offers up all the benefits of the lav-based audio without the hefty buy-in. I mean, the wireless Go 2 aren't exactly expensive, but for someone getting started out doing reels or shorts, they may seem more costly than necessary. This thing bridges that gap really nicely. And in doing so, they open themselves up to a massive market of people that just want to make content. If you have someone in your life that is a budding content creator, these things will boost your content in a big way. By the way, there are links down below if you're interested in checking them out yourself. Oh, and if you've been living under a rock and you want to see the biggest thing to hit the market since the Rodecaster Pro 2, you should check this video out. Streamer X is something else.